All right. First off, I'd like to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh. And we do so in the name of Yahweh Shai. Back to another Sabbath class. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. And Yahweh Shai is the name people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, right? And speaking about Jesus, right? A lot of people say Jesus white, right? But let's see what the Bible say. Let's see what the Bible say he looked like, right? Because a lot of people say he white, right? Give me the book of Revelations, chapter 1, verse 13. One verse 13. And it reads real quick. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. Who the Son of Man? Jesus Christ, right? Clothed with the garment down to the foot, girded about the paps with the golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, white as snow. So the hairs on his head and the hairs on his face, I'm a man, so we have hairs on our face and our head, were white like wool, white as snow. So he had gray hair, but it's like wool. Who got woolly hair? We do, right? And his eyes were a flame of fire, right? So that's strike two for the white Jesus. White Jesus ain't got the white woolly hair and he ain't got red eyes, right? Verse 15, and his feet, your feet the same color as the rest of your body, right? Right? And his feet unto fine brass. What color is brass? Anybody got a penny? Anybody got a penny? Pull out a penny. You ain't got a penny in one of y'all purses? So his feet looked at like fine brass. Who got a penny they can pull out and show Avery? Hey, Punky, your phone went back to Susanna chapter 1. All right, show Avery. Punky, go back to Revelations 3, 1 and 5. No. 1 and 15, I believe. Yeah, 15. So she see it, right? Yeah, so let me start over the verse. And his feet, your feet are the same color as the rest of your body, like unto fine brass, right? Penny, that's brown, right? As if they burned in a furnace. So if you take that brown penny and burn it, if you burn anything, what color do it turn? If you burn anything, it start getting blacker, right? So if you take that penny and burn it, it's gonna get blacker, right? Hey, Punky, do me a favor. Go over to Google and type in burnt brass. Go over to Google and go over to Google University, Google Elementary, and type in burnt brass. Put in burned, like past tense. Can you put in burned, like past tense? There you go. Now go to images. Now look, y'all. That's burnt brass. Do that look like a white boy? Right? Look that picture with the man with the face right there. Keep in mind, his hairs on his head and the hairs on his face were white like wool. Ain't that what that's describing right there? That dude face? And his feet were like burnt brass, right? Let me finish out the verse. Go back to the verse. This is what Christ looked like, Jesus. Jesus is the best man to ever live, right? Best man to ever live on this earth, walk this earth, right? And he looked like me and you, right? Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice the sounds of many waters, meaning he had a strong voice that projected, carried, right? So he had a strong voice. All right. So boom, his feet though. It didn't say the rest of his body though. So let's get another one that say the same thing. Give me Daniel chapter 10 and verse 5. So we got the hairs on his head, white as wool, red eyes, burnt brass feet. Check, check, check. But if we playing baseball, you know, one strike or kickball, one strike, two strikes, three strikes are out. Then white Jesus ain't got white woolly hair, strike one. He ain't got red eyes, strike two. And he ain't the color of burnt brass, strike three. So he out. This is Daniel 10 and 5. And I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man in linen, whose loins were girded with the fine gold of Euphaz. His body was like unto beryl, and his face the appearance of lightning, and his eyes the lamps of fire. Didn't the other one just say his eyes were like fire? Well, right here it says his eyes were as a lamp of fire, and his arms and his feet. Is it just saying about his feet now? No, it's saying his arms and his feet, the color of polished brass. So it's a polished right here, not burnt. Hey, Punky, go to the blue letter real quick. Let me prove that word say burnt in the Hebrew. Well, I think this is the Aramaic. But go to Daniel chapter 10, verse 5, and look up that word for burnt. And I guarantee, just like Revelations, it's going to say burnt or burnished. Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. And it's the word that's the wrong. Go back. That's the wrong verse 6. Daniel 10. Go back to chapter 10 and verse 6. And look up that word for polished. Watch it say burnt. Now it say polished brass, but it really just still say burnt brass. Go to the word for burnt. I mean for polished. H7044. Click that. Scroll down. It means burnished. Burnished or burned, right? Bam. Same thing. Now go back to the verse. Now check this out. It says, his body was like unto beryl, his face the appearance of lightning, his eyes as the lamp of fire, his arms and his feet like unto color of polished brass. And you remember his voice? And his voice is like the voice of a multitude. So he had this strong voice, but he still had these red eyes, and his arms and his feet the color of burnt brass, right? That's Jesus, right? Give me two more verses and we done with this. Give me the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. Because everybody done heard this in a life. Everybody in this house that I'm talking to that can hear my voice done heard this in a life. Give me the Songs of Solomon. It's an Old Testament. The Songs of Solomon, verse 1 and 5. Chapter 1, verse 5. It says, I am black and comely, ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. That word comely, it says, I'm black and comely. That word comely means beautiful. Aren't we called black and beautiful? Right? I am black and beautiful. That's in the Bible. That's talking about us, right? Give me one more verse. And now everybody done heard that in their life in his house, haven't they? You black and beautiful, right? Or they call themselves that. I'm black and beautiful, right? Give me one more verse. Give me the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and 2, and I'm done with this point. And then I'm finna go to Jordan point. I taught this for you, Avery. Jesus looks like you. He in your family tree, right? This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and 2. Judah mourneth, the gates thereof language. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. They are black unto the ground. What color is the dirt? Different shades of brown. The more you deep, the darker the dirt get, right? It start off light brown or dust, and the more you dig, the darker the dirt get. We are black unto the ground. We are black and beautiful. Christ was burnt brass, arms and feet, right? So that's all I got to teach on that. He ain't white. He in our family tree, right? The second point, Jordan asked about the fifth day, right? I asked Jordan, I said, hey, what day were people born on? I mean, were people made on what day? You know, Jordan was like the sixth day or the fifth day. So I'm just gonna teach it real quick. There's only 2 verses, real quick. Actually, the first verse I'm gonna need in the blue letter, Punky. Give me Genesis chapter 1 and verse 20 in the blue letter. Jordan, pay attention. Okay, this is Genesis chapter 1, verse 20, right? This is the fifth day, Jordan, okay? And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that have life, and the fowl that fly above the earth in an open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly. Everybody in her was in water before they was born. Right, Avery? Once you in your mama's stomach with water, right? And when she was finna have you, or when your mama was finna have you, when my mama was finna have me, what happened? Her water what? Her water broke. So everybody was in water, right? But the Most High from the water brought forth every living creature that moveth. Punky, go look up that word for creature. Pay attention, Jordan. Looking for that word for creature in verse 21. Can you go back to verse 21? Verse 21, look up that word for creature. Every living creature that moveth. It's the word nefesh, right? Go down. Nefesh. It means soul. Jordan, do you have a soul? Self. Are you oneself? Life. Do you have life? Person. Are you a person? Living being. Are you a living being? This is people. Person. Self. Living being. Right? So this is God creating people on the fifth day. Right? Not the sixth day. Because it was just Adam and Eve, right? And they had 2 sons, Cain and Abel, right? And Cain killed Abel, right, out of jealousy over the offerings, right? So right now, at that point, it's only 3 people on earth, right? Cain, Adam and Eve. Well, the Bible say Cain got cursed by God after he killed his brother and left to another land and found a wife. Where did a woman come from if it's only 3 people? It had to be more people on earth, correct? Right. Now let's get the understanding. This the fifth day. It shows people being created on the fifth day in the Hebrew. Now let's go to Second Ezra. This is the last verse, and then we done. Give me Second Ezra chapter 6. I believe it's verse 48. You're gonna go back to the regular Bible. The regular, no, not Ezra. Second Ezra in the Apocrypha. Go to I believe it's Second Ezra 6 and 48. I could be wrong. It could be like 46. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 48. Scroll up one more to verse 47. Okay, right there, verse 47. Pay attention to Jordan. And upon the fifth day, what day, Jordan? Upon the fifth day, thou saidest unto the seventh part, where the waters were gathered, that there should bring forth living creatures, fowls, fish, and so it came to pass. For the dumb water without life bringeth forth things that commandeth God, that all people might praise thy wondrous works. Here go the point, Jordan, verse 49. This is the fifth day, right? And then didst thou ordain two living creatures, the one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan. Jordan, what is Leviathan? Ain't that like a sea creature? What is Enoch, Jordan? That's a man, right? Right. Why God said he created a man and beast on the fifth day. You understand? All right. And that's the class for today. Short and sweet. And with that, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, and do so in the name of Yahweh Shai. That's who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ, right? So call all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. Kwam Yasharala in the short Shabbat.
Kwam Yasharala in the short Shabbat.
Happy Sabbath. You go ahead and end it, baby.
Kwam Yasharala. Yasharala.
Ah.